Hello and a very warm welcome to everybody present. My name is Sayanta Sengupta and welcome back to another episode of Corporate Cricket Diaries powered by Capital Group. And today we have a very special guest. Today we have Mr. Himanshu Waigankar, who is the Senior Executive Officer with Tata Services Limited and is also a cricket secretary over there. Thank you so much, Himanshu sir, for joining in our episode today. It is a huge honor and pleasure to have you amongst us today.
Same here, same here. Thank you for inviting me.
It's our pleasure, sir. So tell me, sir, how is everything going at home? How are you spending your time?
Absolutely good. Everything's starting normal again. So yeah, making up for the 10 months that we rested. So it's just been on a
Yeah,
busy lane right now.
the lockdown had dire effects on a lot of people. So
It has
yes, sir.
absolutely. It has.
Yes, sir. So, it goes without saying that the Tata Corporate Cricket Club is one of the most prestigious cricket clubs in Mumbai, and it has won a
Absolutely.
lot of awards and has a lot of achievements under its belt. So, could you please shed some light for our viewers?
Yes, I'll certainly shed some light on it. Like Tata Sports Club was established in 1937, and it's not only cricket that we have encouraged. We've encouraged a lot of sports such as hockey, football, uh, snooker, pool, uh, kabaddi. In fact,
Yeah.
we are quite strong in kabaddi as well. So yeah, Tata has always had that culture of sports. I don't think so, which any other corporate has had so far.
Yeah. So apart from cricket, you've been stressing on a lot of other sports too. But like on a scale of
Uh,
1 to 10, do you guys focus on any particular sport or do you guys give equal weightage to all sports?
uh, Cricket is a little more looked
Yeah.
upon,
Mm.
but we've had our own football academies in Jamshedpur, many other things. So they actually encourage every sportsman. It's
Yeah.
not okay, you're a cricketer, so you get extra miles, nothing like that. But I'm
Yeah.
sure it's the culture that has been kept alive in the Tatas to support sports,
Yeah. So
and
considering
it,
the
it could be
craze
any
of
sport.
cricket in India too.
It is absolutely people worship cricket in India.
Yeah. So, sir, over the years, you've got to know that a lot of international cricketers who have a lot of international reputation have represented Tata Sports Club. So, could you talk to us about some of the international cricketers and like if the years, if you possibly remember them?
Uh, I wouldn't be able to tell you the years, but
Hmm.
Tata's has given produced a lot of cricketers for India and Mumbai. I mean, I'll name a few, like right from Nari Contractor, Dilip Vengsarkar, Ravi Shastri, Sandeep Patil, Saurav Ganguly, Anil Kumble, Sabah Karim, Ajit Agarkar till now. He's just resigned recently. Shardul Thakur is our current player. Uh, Also, like Rohan Gavaskar as well, who's played for Tatas. So we've had a lot of big names. Jatin Paranspe has been part of Tatas for a long time. So we've had some big names and a lot of first class players which has been produced by Tata's for Mumbai. So yeah, they've produced a lot of international and domestic players. Uh, Tata's has.
Yes, sir. So, do you think, in your opinion, that has actually attracted a lot of fans and a lot of craze for Tata Sports?
Being funny, I mean, we've had some very ardent fans who wouldn't miss a game when Tatas would be playing. I mean, and they would be there to root us
Mhm.
in every place that we've played. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I forgot one big name, Mr. Lalchan Rajput. He's also been a part of Tata's for a
Yeah.
long years. Mr.
Wow.
Milind Rege, yeah, he has actually shaped Tata cricket in a very major way. He's played for Tatas and then he looked after Tatas, and I think he's actually been with Tatas for more than 4 decades. It's been amazing contribution to his career for
That's
Tata
such a
Sports.
star-studded list of cricketers you guys have
It
who've
is
represented
absolutely,
Tata Sports Club.
and
Yes, sir.
I'll be honest, every Tata boy is proud to be a part of Tata Sports Club, and then it comes from
Wow.
within. It's just not that okay, we're coming and playing for Tatas,
Yeah.
but it's absolutely something that comes from within of each player that they wear the badge on their heart. I can
Wow.
assure you that. Yeah.
That's so rightfully said and so rightfully put across. So, moving on to the next question, sir. So, it is said that when you play for such high-profile teams such as BPCL, Tata Sports Club, and Indian Oil, it is more or less equivalent to representing a first-class cricket team, like say a Ranji team or something. So, are you on board with this suggestion of ours?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, uh, I have played time shield for donkey's years for Tatas, and it is as good as first class cricket because I'll tell you, the competition it is fought so fiercely for every organization that player plays is worth watching. I mean,
Yeah.
there was one time when the whole Bombay team, like you name it, with Tata, Samir Dighe,
Hmm.
Saurav Ganguly,
Hmm.
Abhi Kuruvilla,
Hmm.
Paras Mamre.
Yeah.
They were all part of the Tata team, and it was an absolute star-studded Mumbai team which actually was playing. Jatin
Yeah.
Paranjpe, I cannot forget his name. And
Yeah.
then at that time they had Sangres Mafatlal as well. So Sangres
Yeah.
Mafatlal was like a proper Indian team. So
Yeah.
Tatas would lock on with Sangres quite. So it was that match which would people, you would have a lot of people to come and see those games. So yeah, they had. I mean, Sangres had Sachin, Vinod. So
Yeah.
and everyone would play Salil Ankola, So there was some fiercely fought games, I must say. I mean, they were actually like first class cricket.
Yeah.
You would have for BPCL, you would have a lot of domestic players.
Yes, sir.
Indian Oil would have a lot of international players. I still remember one game semi-final where Indian Oil had Rohit Sharma, Ajinkya Rahane, Wasim
Yeah.
Jaffer, who else? Some more stars I don't remember. But it was absolutely like an Indian team.
Yeah.
And
So, did you guys win that
we
game?
yes, we did. We did. Thanks to
Oh,
Ramesh Pawar. I
lovely.
mean, one big name I forgot, and I'm really sorry for that. Is Ramesh Pawar. He's
All
been
right.
with us for a long time
Been
now. He's been
preserved.
with us for nearly 16, 17 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's helped us a lot to achieve a lot of milestones that where we are.
Hmm. Incredible, sir. So, so speaking about time shield, we know that Tata Sports
Mhm.
Club has been associated with the time shield, has been playing in the tournament since the first year. So it's been like 4 decades you guys have been playing in the time shield.
More than four
All
decades.
right, my
More than
bad.
4 decades.
More than 4 decades. That's an even more incredible feat, sir. So, like, obviously, to maintain such longevity and for playing in such a huge tournament for such a long time, you guys will be having some virtues which is holding the entire team together, which is the entire backbone. So, could you like talk to us about some of the virtues which you guys have inculcated in the team?
I would like, I mean, as I said, people like Milind Rege and, the culture, the
Yeah.
sports culture that we have and our management has been absolutely fantastic, where they have actually supported us no matter what. I mean, just giving you a small example, like in pandemic, there are
Yeah.
people who have shut down teams, who have released players. But
Mhm.
I think if not many, we are the ones who have uh, actually every salary has been on it for contract players as well,
Mhm.
without deducting a single rupee. So this is the culture that Tata brings in, thanks to the super management that they have. They have always supported us in whatever way is possible and in whichever way we have needed it. Maybe be it practice. They wouldn't compromise on anything that we want. It's been absolute brilliant, right from the top quality equipments to a physio. I think we are the only one of the teams that has a physio. I think DY Patil has, but obviously they have a huge medical hospital. But we are the ones who hire physios. So I think and it's all thanks to management. These small things, actually
Mhm.
attribute to a lot of things where we stand today as a Tata team, as a Tata family, I would say, the team. and that is why we get more than 200% from every player that wears a Tata shirt. Today. So it's just been brilliant. I mean, not only the sportsman. I mean, I'm sure every employee that we have in Tata is actually bleeds Tatas.
Yeah.
It's the management that really takes care. I mean, it takes two hands for a shake hand, and it's absolutely what Tata does for us. It's fantastic. I mean, we all are very thankful to the management.
Yes, sir. So it seems that you can speak at length about the team management because that has been incredible in actually shaping the entire cricketing culture. So could you name some of the people in your team
Absolutely.
management who've actually played a pivotal role in shaping everything?
Uh, yeah, it wouldn't be fair on my part to name anybody
Yeah,
because the list is huge. If I don't mention somebody, then it might not be good. But
yeah,
I mean, everyone, I would say everyone in the managing committee
yeah,
or the executive managing committee, been it's
yeah,
been it's been absolutely a
yeah.
huge support.
Mhm,
They have supported us everywhere, and vice versa. The players are uh, giving them more than 100%. So
mhm,
it's a good scenario to be in, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, I mentioned cricketing history with Tata Sports Club, and
mhm.
our current coach,
Yeah.
Mr. Ravi Kulkarni, who's also the current selector for Mumbai. I mean, he's one guy who's absolutely in and out Tata. And he's
Mhm.
absolute a gem of a person
Yeah,
to have
yeah,
with us. Yeah. We've got our assistant coach, Mr. Usman Malvi. So these are the current lot who are actually taking the baton forward. But it wouldn't be fair to mention or pinpoint on someone.
yeah.
The whole management has been absolutely amazing.
Yes, sir. So huge shout out to the management of Tata Sports Club for being such
Absolutely,
an
absolutely.
amazing.
I mean, even to take care of their players in this scenario, in this time when there is no cricket at all. I mean, they could easily turn around and say there's no cricket. I mean, why should they be paying the contract players? And no, they have not done that. They have the salaries and all are kept going, which is a huge salute to Tata Sports Club.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Such a huge honor to actually be knowing so much about the team management who've been so influential. Yes.
Yeah.
So we know that the Tata Sports Group have been a force to reckon with when it comes to the longer version of the game, red ball cricket. But you guys had won the first edition of DY Patil T20 Cup. So I'm pretty sure it must have been a paradigm shift from a red ball cricket to white ball cricket. So could you speak about the few changes which you guys had to inculcate from the biggest
Uh,
format to the shortest modern
I'll
format?
be very honest, I mean, in today's world, the players are proper professionals, I mean, they know when to shift gears. Yes, we have a squad of 18, 19 players where some of them are really, amazing with the white ball or some other longer format, but they know how to adapt at that time in today's world. You don't have, there's no rocket science in it, I mean, today's because, uh, the television and all the games that these guys are playing. So they adapt very fast to the red ball and the white ball. I mean, I would be wrong to take any credit on that. The players are, they're proper professional in today's world. I mean, we've got some amazing. I mean, I would like to mention Kaustup Pawar. He's our opening batsman, and in all three formats, he's just amazing. I mean, be it T20, one days, or white ball, red ball, uh, be it his bowling, batting, he's just fantastic. So it's the mindset of the players. I would say they are the the life is easier for people like us when you have such a team or
Yeah,
such. I wouldn't say only Tatas. I mean, a lot of today's players, they are very apt with and they know what they're doing when it comes to white ball or red ball. So, yeah, it's easy. It's easy for us.
yes,
Nothing
sir.
much that we need to do.
All right. Yes, sir.
In fact, I
So,
should tell you that we participated in the Goa Corporate League as well
mhm,
last season, and we ended up in the semi-finals. And the way these guys, I mean, the Tata team has played, with hats off to them. Then we won the RCF Cup as well in the T20 format, beating Future Group, which is another, or I would say, which was another good team. I think they have folded up. I don't know, confirmed on that, but that's the news I've heard, that they've folded up. So, we've had some achievements in the white ball cricket as well.
Yeah, that is incredible. So you guys are a proper team that has been able to adapt and transition into white ball cricket too. Yes. So speaking about the players who represent the Tata Sports Club, so I'm pretty sure, since you're the general secretary of the club, you must have certain parameters in your head that, yeah, these are some of the attributes or qualities which I would like to actually see in a player for him to represent Tata Sports Club. So could you talk to us about the qualities, like some of the qualities which you see while giving a contract or while actually allowing players to represent the Tata Sports Club?
So as I had mentioned before, that we are a family. Okay, so a lot of these boys I've played with, actually. Now I'm heading as a secretary, but I've actually played with them when it comes to Ravi sir, when it comes to other senior players like Nikhil Patil Jr., Kaustuv Pawar, Vishal Dabolkar, Praful Wagela. So it's a team where we sit together, and then we have a few names which are like guys who are doing well in under 19, or who's doing well in the club cricket, or somebody who's really good and cannot afford the game. The game is very expensive. So we sit together, and it's a team decision that we make as to we require as per the requirement of the team. And it's I mean, since last 3 years, it's not been a one man's decision. So when everyone decides, okay, the parameter, if he fits in the parameter of say playing A division, and we know he'll be a big horse for us, then only we go ahead with it. We don't keep a parameter of like he should have played for Bombay, or so it's not that he can play for us and then play for Bombay, where it's a big platform where he'll get to perform, for Tatas. So these are the kind of parameters, or we see in a player how what we need actually as a team. All right, what are the spots that we can fill, or there's somebody who's exceptionally, like he's doing very well, and he'll serve Tatas for a long time. We don't like to chop and change a lot, unless some players end up doing something wrong. We are not the team who likes to chop and change a lot. We give a long run. I mean, we have somebody like Sufyan Sheikh, who's playing for us since, if I'm not wrong, 2008. Yeah, I think 2000. No, sorry, 2018. I'm not wrong. So it's a long, long time he's been with us. So, we have Kaustubh, who's been with us for a long time. Wagela, who's been with us for a long time. So that is one aspect of Tata's where we will back you right till the end. Just because you don't do well, it's not that we chop and change unless it's real. So we don't look into that aspect, like other teams.
Yes, sir. You guys like to stick to the only playing 11 or the
Yes.
playing 15 which you guys have. Yes, sir.
We believe in we believe in our players.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So speaking about you, you've been a cricket buff, you've been an ardent cricket fan and a player too. And you have played 40 plus overs for the Cricket Club of India as well.
I have played for CCI since '96 for A division.
Oh, wow.
I've played nearly 22 years for CCI, Tatas, and many other clubs as well.
Incredible, sir. Wonderful. So,
Now
like,
I just
what
play
are
for
the,
fun.
just for fun? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
You can't keep the game away.
True, true, true. Now, whatever you can go move out of the cricket, but cricket will never move you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, sir. So, like, could you like name some of the nail-biting matches or very close matches, out of the box matches, which is actually taking place in Tata
I
Sports
wouldn't.
Club?
I wouldn't name nail biting as such. I mean, all games are amazing that we won. But I remember one game where there was a team called Orient Shipping, which was headed by Abby Kuruvilla, and they ended up we fielded for nearly nearly 90 days, and they ended up getting 600 runs, all right, and 650 if I'm not wrong, and they gave us batting. It was a 3-day game. They gave us batting on the last session of the second day. So
Yeah.
it had been a long day, long time for us on the
Yeah.
field. And Jatin Paranspe was our captain.
Yeah.
And I remember Rohan Gavaskar in one day, got a triple hundred.
In
And
one.
Manoj was another who's a stalwart. In one day, Rohan got a 300 at Little. I mean, I've not seen any batting like that. I'll be very honest. And Manoj Joglekar had got 157. The only
Yeah.
minus point which Mr. Rohan Gavaskar was he ran me out at 96. So
Oh God.
yeah, and I still
Missed
remember
essentially
Praveen
by a
Praveen
whisker.
Praveen
Yeah.
Tambe got me run out. So yeah, I mean it was that game I'll never forget in my life. I mean apart from that, I have not seen anybody strike the ball like Rohan on that day. Yeah, 300 in a day. I mean it's no matter how big or small the ground is, and the attack was not a poor attack. You had Praveen Tambe,
Yeah.
Abhi Kurvela, a few other Mandar Garude, who was a part of Mumbai Probables then. So a lot of these guys who were playing,
Yeah.
and, uh, and we ended up getting in one day and one session, we ended up getting nearly 800 runs.
Oh God. That's a run
That was
fest.
that's yeah, absolutely. That's one game I'll never forget.
100%. Absolutely. So this was a run fest while there was humongous run scored and all. Any game where like your bowlers dominated and didn't give the opposition any scope for any runs or something, like bundled them
I
out within
remember
100 innings?
one more time, Sheila, I remember,
Yeah.
where we were playing against Mumbai Police. And for some reason, the groundsman had watered the whole ground.
Oh
And the
God.
game started after tea. He forgot that there was a game.
Yeah.
And we had to wait, obviously, so wait to dry. But luckily, we won the toss and we put them in.
Hmm.
And we bundled them out for somewhere around like 50 or 60. Usman
Okay.
Malvi ended up with. So he's been another fantastic servant for Tata. Tata.
Yeah. Wow. It's so nice to hear such amazing cricketing stories about Tata Sports Club.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
there's some games that they'll remember. They'll
yeah,
be like fossiled on your brain for your life.
always. Yeah.
You're not going to forget that.
Yeah. So so moving on to the next question, like you've been having a very close eye, and you like the entire Mumbai Cricket Association and all the matches, Mumbai cricket in general, has been in your radar for a long time. So at the grassroots levels, especially. So any suggestions or innovations which you suggest them to actually implement?
I would ask them to focus on. See, today everything has become like white ball cricket. White ball cricket. I mean, what results we've had in the last 2 years for the longer format. I would suggest or request them to focus more on the 3-day games that, time shield is being neglected these days, and it is showing. I mean, we have some class players in Bombay team. There's no doubt about that. But when you miss them, that's the time when we actually struggle. You know, when they are on their national duties or whatever, when they are out playing for India, and if Bombay is playing and we miss them. But that is where I think people have forgotten to get those huge runs that Bombay is famous for. That the double hundreds and the triple hundreds. Bombay has absolutely
Absolutely.
been famous for that. I mean, that is what absolutely been missing.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the other thing is, I would also request Mumbai Cricket Association to focus on office cricket. See, it's they're focused more on club cricket rather than office cricket. But
Yeah.
let's not forget, office cricket is something where a house is run. You know,
Yeah.
a player gets their money, their salary, uh, a contract, to run their houses. But club cricket is something um, part of both. But uh, the players' perspective, I think they should focus more on corporate cricket, because if corporate cricket dies, you look how many players are going to suffer.
That's right.
I mean, in today's world, you need a backing from financially from an institution, but institution can only go to such a point where, okay, if there is cricket, we will go ahead, but if there is no cricket, and in today's cutthroat scenario situation what we are facing, I think they should have focused. It's been more than a year now that corporate cricket is shut. There's nothing going on. And I think MCA should intervene there and sincerely look into the matter. Because how long can you sustain like that without cricket just paying salaries? One day
Yeah,
the bubble is going to burst. So,
that's
I
right.
request MCA to actually look into it and start some looking at the players and looking at the players' needs. See, club cricket, okay, I mean, only 15 people are going to get selected for bowling. But what about the others, Where are they going to go?
How are they going to have a
If
living?
absolutely you end up because you end up paying going for a club game, like going, you're driving, or you're buying a ticket or cab with that huge kit bag, so you end up spending more than earning. So some teams don't even give lunches, so you end up paying from your pocket. So where would the player, make his money if corporate cricket is not looked after today? That's what I feel, and MCA can do it. Like, I
That's
mean, last season you would have one game of time shield in October, then you'll have one game in probably January, and then you look at let IPL get over, let MPL get over. Why? I mean, that's one tournament, prestigious tournament, which I would say, which has to be looked after. And that is, Time Shield has actually given us some huge players.
yeah,
That the word Mumbai cricket, Khadus cricket actually came from Time Shield as well. That's where, people would learn double hundreds and triple hundreds. It's like
yeah.
unbelievable. And today we
That's
are
right.
neglecting it, which is very sad. It's very
Hmm.
sad, absolutely sad. So that's
Exactly.
one thing which I'd like MCA to focus on,
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so we from the Cricket Graph team too sincerely hope that MCA actually intervene, and so that and corporate cricket in general is given a lot of importance. So moving on to the last question of the day, sir. Uh, what are some of your key takeaways from the sport cricket, and like some of the things which you will never forget in your life about cricket? Some key learnings and takeaways from cricket.
Uh, First thing, you learn a lot of discipline when you play professional cricket. Like,
Yes.
you got to be in time, you got to be immaculate with whatever you do, your focus and your health. Everything is like revolving around cricket that time. And you meet a lot of people through the game. Like
Yes.
I have been playing in I had been playing in England for nearly 20 years, out of which last 11 years were with a team called Folkestone Cricket Club, and they have absolutely been my family.
Yeah.
Even now, I mean, they are just like proper friends. Tatas.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got such wonderful friends in Tatas, and it's all thanks to cricket.
Yes.
I've got some. I mean, Sangris Mafatlal was headed by my father,
Yeah.
and so we had a rivalry at home when I would be playing for Tatas,
Yeah.
and he would be heading Sangris.
Yeah.
But I still have so many friends uh, in this as well. You name all the corporate clubs, other states, and it's been just so you've learned a lot because of the sport. The sport has given me a lot. Uh, so it's always that respect for the game will always be
Yes,
there.
sir.
It's something which I've learned more than school, playing the game.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
wish every uh, upcoming child is grounded and focused and learns the game the hard way.
Absolutely. So, all our young viewers of Corporate Cricket Diaries, this is your message from Himanshu, sir. All right. Thank you so much, sir. So, we've come to the end of the interview. Thank you so much for being a part of today's interview. It's been a huge pleasure for interviewing you such a long time. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thanks for inviting me, guys. Thanks a lot.